So it's Tosh for Stonedead TV with Mr. Paul Anthony, Planet Rock. How are you?
I'm very well. How are you? Can't believe it's a year since we were here last.
I was going to say exactly the same thing to you. It's gone so quick, isn't it?
Amazing.
Time flies when you're in a coma. It's one of those things, you know. But yeah, so here we are again. And what a cracking lineup of Stonedead this year.
Unbelievable.
It's so strong, isn't it?
Do you know what? Year on year, it just gets better and better. Not just the Saturday, but the Friday night party night as well. I mean, you know, headlined by an amazing act who, if you've seen them live before, Choir Boys always bring the party. No matter who's in the lineup, forget all that. Choir Boys bring the party. Then, of course, you've got Paul Di'Anno. What's not to like about Iron Maiden classics? And Scarlet Rebels, who today have entered the UK National Album Chart at number 15. I mean, how cool is that?
And their fellow countrymen, which I'm really happy about. I think they've gone from strength to strength. Their latest album is superb, really, really good. And there's a plethora of young bands coming out of Britain at the moment, which is so satisfying to see. I've just been looking at Those Damn Crows out in Germany. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, again, from when we first started playing them, and they had that progression up through rock stocks, through the various positions on the stage, the headlining. I remember it quite a few years ago when not a lot of people had heard of Those Damn Crows. When I mentioned them on stage before introducing them, they were getting a standing ovation. That was before they even played a note. Whereas now, you see the level they're at, arena headliner, those big shows, the big festivals. They headlined Made of Stone on stage 2 a few weeks back. Absolutely killed it. The pyro, the big intro, the whole deal. Yeah, I mean, it's great. And again, from your neck of the woods.
Exactly. Wales seems to be one of the hot spots. But we say this, I think the whole country is benefiting from some really good rock bands at the moment. The whole of Britain. It's so satisfying to see when people say rock is dead. We had this conversation, didn't we?
Yeah, I mean, rock is dead. Yeah, right. So obviously a different end of the spectrum, but Els Bailey, my colleague on Planet Rock, and also a brilliant live performer and recording artist. So midweek, I think number 5, entered the chart at number 12 last week. Rebels, as just mentioned, and they say rock is dead. Come on, you're having a laugh.
It's not. Chris Barris doing a massive tour at the end of the year.
Another big entry.
Saxon with probably their best album to date.
Yeah, it's just incredible.
These guys in their 70s. It's really good to see, isn't it?
Yeah, and obviously tomorrow as well, Saxon headlining, you mentioned KK's Priest. I mean, Ken is the loveliest guy. He's the most brilliant guitarist, and he deserves success even now. You know, at his age, to do what he does and still do at the top of his game. And the lineup in KK's Priest, I mean, if you've not seen them before, tomorrow you're in for an absolute treat.
I happened to catch them at Bloodstock last year, and I was astounded. Ripper. Oh my word, what a singer, hey?
Yeah, I mean the whole band lineup, AJ as well, they just love what they do, and it's a great vehicle really for Ken to do what he does. You know, I mean really, let's be fair, he should be doing it in Priest. There's no other way for it, but if he can't do that, he does this, but he does it 110%, that's for sure.
And the public get 2 bands, so you can't complain about that, can you?
Yeah, exactly.
You know? But tonight is the night for you guys. As you said, Choir Boys bring the party.
Yeah.
Not at 7 o'clock. It'll be a bit later than that, but it doesn't matter really. You know. I've seen them already this year with this lineup, and it's the best I've ever seen them.
Yeah, and this lineup as well. Let's not forget, last year, 3 songs in after I introduced the Karma Effect on the stage, we had Thunder and Lightning. This year, we've got 2 bits of thunder, but this time it's part of the Choir Boys, Luke, and obviously now at the 11th hour, Harry is now playing drums as well with the band. So what's not to like?
And no lightning. Fingers crossed. Come on, let's cross our fingers. Yeah. I mean, we've got a little bit of wind, but hey, it's going to be okay on the night, as I say.
Well, the show must go on, fingers crossed, and that's what we do. You know, as I played on the show this morning, and the band's played on for Chris Sumby, the promoter of this wonderful festival, because he chose the 3 songs from day 1 of starting Stonedead back in the day to now, and that was his final song selection, and the band's played on because that's exactly what we do.
Who would you like to see here that hasn't played yet? Have you got a band in your mind that you would love to see play at this festival?
There's so many great bands that could do it, but the thing is, a lot of people would say, well, that band can't do it because they're too big. And this festival is only a smaller scale. Well, it isn't, because this festival has got bigger and bigger year on year. The fact that Saxon headliners tonight, who knows, Judas Priest could do it. I think Judas Priest would be ideal on this kind of stage. But again, managements and agents, they kind of see things differently than us fans, really, in terms of what band should play what size festival. I don't think any band is either too big or too small to play a festival. I mean, Blackstone Cherry, a few years ago, we were struggling for a headliner for Planet Rockstock, which is 1,500 cap. And I said to my boss, what about Blackstone Cherry? They're an arena headliner. They're a download stage 2 headliner. I went, and? Have you asked them? Well, no. I said, do you want me to ask them? And they're a band that like to give back. They're a band that like to, go back to where it all started, go back and help the people that helped them from the start. They haven't forgotten their roots, even to this day. And they did it. And it was fantastic. So never say never, in my opinion. If there's a band out there, Chris, reach high, reach for the stars. Who knows? The worst is they can only say no.
Aim big to be big. Book them and see if they'll come. Why not? I agree with that. A lot of bands like I say smaller, this is quite a large field really, but they like those smaller, more intense gigs, don't they?
Yeah.
It brings out the best in them, I believe.
But it's still a big festival crowd, whether it's 5,000, 7,000, whatever, it's still a big festival crowd. Once you get on that stage, if you're in a band, even if you've got 70 people or 7,000 people, you're still putting on that same show. And if you're not, you shouldn't be doing it.
And they don't have to win anybody over. Everybody's a massive fan here,
exactly.
Which is you've got an audience who are captivated.
Yep, absolutely. Long may it continue.
Thank you so much, Paul. It's been an absolute pleasure speaking with you, as it is every year. Hopefully the DJ set will be really good tonight. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, you never know.
I never know.
Stranger things have happened.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Cheers, Tosh.